You won't believe what foods are banned in America. Picture this, you're enjoying a meal, only to find out that it's illicit. Yes, we're diving into the world of forbidden foods in the United States. We've curated a list based on the most astonishing, eyebrow-raising items that you'd never expect to see outlawed. From surprises in chocolate eggs to peculiar seafood delicacies, these food items have managed to find their way onto the no-no list. Stay tuned to discover the top 7 foods you never knew were illegal to eat in the US. Imagine a delightful chocolate egg with a toy surprise inside. Tempting, isn't it? Well, this seemingly innocent treat is known as a Kinder Surprise egg, and it has an interesting story behind it. Originating from Italy in the early 70s, Kinder Surprise eggs quickly became a hit worldwide. Each egg consists of a thin chocolate shell housing a plastic capsule which contains a small toy. The joy of biting into a chocolate egg and assembling a tiny toy from within is an experience children across the globe cherish. However, in the United States, this chocolate delight is considered illegal. The reason? A law from the 30s prohibits the sale of any candy that has a toy embedded within it, due to the potential choking hazard. Ironically, despite this ban, Kinder Surprise eggs continue to be immensely popular worldwide, satisfying sweet tooths and toy lovers alike. Sadly, for American kids, the Kinder Surprise remains a forbidden fruit. Would you dare to eat a delicacy that could potentially kill you? Let's talk about Fugu, the notorious Japanese pufferfish that's as lethal as it is luxurious. This isn't your typical fish and chips. Fugu is a high-stakes meal that could send you to the emergency room or worse, the morgue. The risk stems from the deadly poison, tetrodotoxin, found in the fish's organs. It's more toxic than cyanide, with no known antidote. Despite the danger, it's considered a gourmet delicacy in Japan, prepared by specially trained and licensed chefs. But here's the catch. In the United States, it's illegal to serve fugu. The Food and Drug Administration has banned its importation and sale due to the inherent risks. For some foodies, the thrill of consuming fugu is a bucket list item, a culinary Russian roulette of sorts. But in America, the thrill of fugu remains a forbidden pleasure. Ever heard of a fruit so stinky it's banned in public transport across Asia? Allow me to introduce you to the durian, a fruit that's been called the king of fruits in its native Southeast Asia. But here's the twist. In the United States, the king of fruits remains dethroned due to its pungent smell. Here's a fun fact. Durians are banned from many American airports and public transport systems. It's not because they taste bad. Many people actually adore their rich custardy flavor. But the smell, oh the smell, it's been compared to everything from rotten onions to turpentine and raw sewage. But don't let that deter you, adventurous eaters. The durian is a true culinary experience. It's a test of your mettle, a challenge to your senses, and a badge of honor if you can stomach it. So do you think you can handle the king of fruits? Remember, in the US, the king of fruits remains dethroned. Would you eat a duck egg with a nearly formed embryo inside? This might sound like an unusual proposition, but for many in the Philippines, it's a regular snack. We're talking about balut, a street food that's as common there as hot dogs are here. Now balut is not your ordinary egg. It's a fertilized duck egg, incubated for about 2 to 3 weeks until the embryo is partially formed, then boiled and eaten from the shell. It's known for its rich, savory flavor and creamy texture, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. In the United States, however, balut has run afoul of animal cruelty laws. Several states have banned its sale, citing concerns about the welfare of the duck embryos. Despite its popularity in other parts of the world, this controversial dish continues to ruffle feathers here at home. For American foodies, the unhatched delight of balut remains a taboo. How about a cheese so ripe it's crawling with live maggots? Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about Casu Marzu, a delicacy that's so controversial it's banned in the United States. Originating from the beautiful island of Sardinia, Italy, Casu Marzu, also known as rotten cheese, has a unique production process. The cheese is left outside, allowing cheese flies to lay eggs in it. These eggs then hatch into larvae, which eat through the cheese, speeding up fermentation and giving it a distinct creamy texture. However, the presence of these live maggots has raised significant health concerns. The larvae can survive in the human stomach, leading to potential parasitic infestations. This has led to its ban in the United States and even in Italy, yet in Sardinia people savor this cheese, considering it a symbol of their culture and tradition. It's an acquired taste for sure, but one that's appreciated by the locals. Ever dreamt of tasting the infamous green fairy? Well, let's dive into the world of absinthe, a spirit that has been both celebrated and vilified throughout history. Absinthe, with its distinct green hue, is a high-proof liquor that originated in Switzerland in the late 18th century. It's traditionally distilled from a blend of herbs including wormwood, anise, and fennel. But what gives absinthe its notorious reputation? It's the presence of thujone, a compound found in wormwood, which was believed to cause hallucinations. This led to its ban in the United States and several European countries in the early 20th century. However, modern science has debunked these claims, proving that absinthe doesn't cause hallucinations, and it's now legal in many places. Yet in the United States, the regulations surrounding absinthe are a bit more complicated. While it's not completely banned, it must comply with strict restrictions, particularly concerning the thujone content. So, while you can enjoy a glass of absinthe, remember in the US, the green fairy remains a sweet poison. Can you stomach a shark that's been buried, fermented, and hung to dry for months? If that question makes your eyebrows raise, then you've probably never heard of Hákarl. This Icelandic delicacy is made from a type of shark that, if eaten fresh, is actually poisonous. The traditional preparation method, which involves burying the shark in the ground, letting it ferment, and then hanging it to dry for several months, neutralizes the toxins. The result is a pungent, strong-flavored food that's not for the faint of heart. In fact, it's been described as an acquired taste, and it's not uncommon for first-timers to gag or even vomit upon trying it. So, why is it banned in the US? Well, due to health concerns. The process of fermentation can be unpredictable, leading to potential health risks. Despite this, Hákarl remains a national dish of Iceland, enjoyed by locals and daring tourists alike. For American food lovers, the sea's cockroach remains a challenge. From Kinder Surprise eggs to Hákarl, we've journeyed through a world of forbidden foods. We've explored the forbidden aisles of culinary delights, each with its unique allure. We started with the innocent Kinder Surprise eggs, banned due to a law dating back to the early 20th century, a time where choking hazards were a real concern for children's toys. Then we moved on to Fugu, the pufferfish that requires a chef with years of training to safely prepare, due to its potentially lethal toxins. We've also delved into the world of the notorious durian, the fruit that's been banned in many public places because of its strong, pungent smell. We then touched upon balut, a developing bird embryo that's boiled and eaten from the shell, and Casu Marzu, a type of cheese that's home to live insect larvae. We also looked at absinthe, the potent spirit, its ban rooted in a history of hallucinations and public disorder. And finally, we ended with Hákarl, the fermented shark dish that's been outlawed due to its high levels of toxic ammonia. Each of these foods, despite their bans, hold a tempting allure. They represent the adventurous side of our culinary world, a side that's daring, unexpected, and sometimes even dangerous. Thank you for joining us on this culinary adventure. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.